Hello, everyone. It's William here from Allegory Gallery. Um, Andrew will probably be here in a few minutes. He's down making some dinner, getting some dinner ready for us. So I just wanted to pop on here and say hello, start the chat a little bit, allow people to filter in if they're going to filter in. I know that seed beads are not, there's a Barnaby just jumped on my lap. Is a good boy. Seed beads are not for everyone. I know that. There's Barnaby's tail. So I don't know how many people will be joining us tonight, but if you would please share this video on your timelines, that will really help get the word out that we exist and that we're doing a little sale on Delicas tonight. So yesterday's sale went pretty well. There are still things left from yesterday. I know as we were going along, a lot of things were selling out, but there are still a lot of things left. So if you missed yesterday's sale, please feel free to email us if there's anything you'd like to check on. We can definitely take a look and see what things are left if you have any specific ones that you'd like to try to grab. A lot of the ones in that kind of purplish range, I think, are still available. So if there's something you're looking for, check out yesterday's video. We started the Delica sale yesterday, but we started the seed bead sale last week sometime. So you can check that out. Cinnamon is here for Barnaby. How about that, Barn? How about that? Cinnamon's watching for you. So that's cute. He looked up at the camera. So yeah, what have you all been up to today? We usually start this out with like what we've been doing. So I'm going to start this out with what have you been doing? And today has been a strange day, but it's kind of one of those days. Today, I've been trying to start my days out a little more with gratitude, a little more thinking what I'm thankful for. Today was a beautiful day. We had temperatures in about 69 degrees, I think was that. Well, it says 71 now. 71 is a high today. Beautiful sunny day. The flowers were out. Barnaby and Gilbert and I went outside. Andrew traveled to Pittsburgh and took a class not a class, but got a tour of the Pittsburgh Glass Center and made a paperweight, which I'm sure he'll talk about more whenever he gets in. But I was grateful for a beautiful day. It's one of those things as many of you know, I had my heart condition. I have not been running lately just because I've been a little bit afraid. My doctor said it should be okay, to run a little bit, she said. And I was used to running about 2 to 3 miles. And she said to start with a mile. And I was like, is there even a point to that? But I've been feeling the call to go run. And so I did that today. I put on my running clothes and I went out. I started by walking a little bit. And then I did not a super fast run. I did kind of more of it was one of my slower times. I tried to keep up my pace, but I was not really pushing really, really hard. So I had my Apple Watch on, which tells me where my heart rate is. And I was monitoring that to make sure it didn't go crazy or anything. And it seemed to fall within the normal ranges. I had an actual harder time getting it up into the higher range than I normally feel like I would. But I think that's because I'm on a medication that slows my heart. So to get it up there, it's a little bit harder. But it did at some point get up there. So I did about a mile running, and then I walked and did some cool down time on the way back. So I've been feeling good today. No big issues. I feel like my heart was starting to pound a little harder here in the last few days, but I also realized that I've not been drinking as much water, especially through our move. I think I didn't realize how much probably I was sweating through the move. And so my normal intake of water was not enough. So I went and gulped down 2 or 3 glasses of water and then I ran out of juice, so I had to run down and get juice to make my juice water that I normally drink. And I've been drinking that. So everything has calmed down. My heart rate has come pretty low, back down to where it normally is. And so I'm feeling good. I need to, I ran out of a few vitamins that I was taking every day for my heart and just overall health. And so I ran out of those. So I do need to run, but I have to run to a bigger store than our grocery store to get those. So I have to go to Walmart or something like that to get those, or order them online, but I can just run to Walmart and pick up those, which I need to do probably tomorrow. I'll be doing that. But I was very thankful for a beautiful day, thankful for the ability to go out and do a run, because when all this happened, I wasn't sure how exercise and how, like, I just started really liking running. And then I had my AFib situation, and my doctor told me, do not exercise for a while. So I was given the okay, my last appointment, to do it, but I've still been a little timid to do it, just because I think when those things happen to you, you know, it changes your go get 'em attitude sometimes, right? So I did that, and it was nice. And I did all the invoicing for the seed beads yesterday that we did on the show. I did that this morning, or this afternoon. So you should have gotten an invoice if you scored anything from that show. And today was pretty. I gave myself a low-key day. Andrew was off in Pittsburgh, and I kind of gave myself a little bit of a down day. The boy children, the men children, the men fur babies, and I went outside, and we spent some time outside and just kind of walked around a little bit. And yeah, it was a nice day. So let me see who all's here. I see Suzanne, Susie, our neighbor, is here. Hello. Teresa is here. Michelle, Danette. Looks like a lot of people are here with us today. Thank you so much. Danette washed a load of clothes today and worked. Suzanne says, getting the house ready for tenting got termites. A New Orleans problem. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I've heard that can be a problem down there. So I'm sorry to hear that. That's no fun. That's something you have to leave for, right? Like, you're going to have to be in a hotel or something. Hopefully you'll have a fun stay somewhere doing something, or while they do that. Danette says, I'm excited. My snowdrops are blooming. I saw crocus blooming, little mini daffodils, and a few other daffodils blooming. Yeah, today was the first day I noticed some of our mini daffodils. Daffodils are blooming. We've had snowdrops for about a week or two here, and the crocuses are definitely, there's during my run, there's somebody's yard. Their whole yard is like filled with these beautiful purple little crocuses. And so those have been blooming for us for a little while. We do stay warmer here than the neighboring areas. I don't know why that is, but we are definitely a little bit warmer. And so we've had a lot of our flowers coming up already ahead of schedule. We've had some mini irises. And mini irises, is that right? I think so. Cheryl's just stopping to say hi, headed out to walk and recharge. So glad you got your run in. Thank you. Good to see you here for the little bit. I know you've not been able to do as many walks, it looks like, between the storms here recently, I saw. Andrew said, definitely got worried during the move. You were really working hard, and I know you pushed yourself extremely hard. Yeah, we had to push hard. And I was trying to take enough water in, and I felt good during the move. I felt okay. I was concerned what the after effects may be of that, but I was trying to push myself, to see if I could do my normal doing. And so I did. I think I was fine, but I do think I did not drink enough. I was fine during the time here, but the few days here after, I think I need to catch up. I need to really drink in the water. Andrew's on Instagram over there as well. And we have some other people on Instagram. Thank you for joining us over there. I have to look over here for Instagram. Let's see here. And it says, what is that new restaurant in Ligonier? Something about Wagon Wheel? Where is it? I don't know about the Wagon Wheel, but there's Tub Mill Creek Provisions. That might be. I have not heard about a Wagon Wheel, but Tub Mill Creek Provisions is opening tomorrow. The Tub Mill Creek Farms family has renovated a building here in town, and they're opening a little cafe, and I think they're going to have alcohol and food and drinks, like sandwiches, I think. I'm not 100% sure. It opens tomorrow, so we'll see what that is. Suzanne says, yes, all of us have to leave. Oh, even the kitties too, right? Yeah. That's a hard one. Have some fun though, hopefully. Andrew says, we're in a valley. Yeah, we stay warmer here because I think we're in the valley. There's Susan. Hello, Susan. Thanks for joining us. Oh, where Piddler's Pub was. Oh, okay. I have no idea about that. Our neighbors at the cottage used to own Piddler's Pub, but I do not know the Wagon Wheel. I have no idea. I didn't even realize they changed their sign or anything, or maybe they didn't yet. So I don't know what's going in there. I don't know what that's all about, but I know that Tub Mill Creek Provisions opens tomorrow. So if you want to come in, I think they're going to have an in-house butcher there for their meats. And I think they're going to have a lot of sandwiches, and I saw milk in the coolers. I don't know if they're a dairy, if they have any dairy or not. I don't know much about Tub Mill Creek Farms, unfortunately. I should. I love farmers, but I saw milk lined up in there, so I don't know if they have their own milk or if it's part of their thing or not. But I took a slow drive by tonight. Susan got my hair done, she said, and did laundry and getting rid of old mail. Andrew was going through the old mail today too. Hello, Carmen. Thank you for joining in. So what are you all grateful for today? Have you had a good thing happen today, or something that, let's find something to be grateful for. I know we're doing this lately, but what are you all grateful for out there? Let me know. I want to see it in the comments. I want to see it. Susan says, I love seeing flowers coming out, but it's 2 to 3 weeks too early. Disconcerting to say the least. It is early. Sometimes, you know, here lately, that's been happening. So I know the problem is the frost. There's always a late frost. And if that happens, a lot of things are going to get nipped off and frozen, which is not good. Things start to bloom. I got to check our blueberry bush. Sometimes that starts to push buds and then it gets frozen out. So we got to keep an eye on weather when things like this happen and the flowers start blooming, because we go and throw blankets out over the blueberry bush and certain things if we need to because of the frost. Andrew says, Wagon Wheel used to be here in town a while ago, maybe in the 70s. It was before my time, but apparently they were really popular. There's a Wagon Wheel up on 22. Suzanne says, my friend is in hospice, but I rejoice in her friendship. I saw that. I didn't want to bring that up, but we're sending good energy to her. And I know that's a very hard thing, but it is, it's a time to look back, I guess, and like you said, rejoice in your friendship and spend some time together, right? Susan's grateful for my little family here, Hubs and the cats, and peace and quiet, good health too. Good health is an important thing, right? Having gone through the things that we've gone through here recently with us and also our family, good health is very, very important. It's a good thing to be grateful for. Michelle's grateful that there was no rain today. That's a good thing, right? Grateful to have discovered a local store in town with refillable products to help cut down on packaging waste. That's awesome. Like refillable, like, is that like binders and notebooks refillable, or like, is that like one of those places where you bring your own container for food? What kind of refillable things? Dinesh says the Wagon Wheel in 22 closed before Christmas. Maybe they're moving here. Maybe that's the family. Maybe they closed there to move here. I don't know. There, I'll start that rumor, right? But who knows? Maybe they did. Susan said they had the best pizza. Well, I guess we'll see what happens there. Piddler's Pub used to have pizza, and they were a restaurant, kind of. They had a kitchen on one side and a bar on the other. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. I know they're doing a lot of work to that building, or the building beside that building. I don't know if it's quite connected. I don't know how that's all going to work out. Marion says bulk barn lets you refill food containers. I've never heard of bulk barn. Maybe, I don't know if we have those here. We definitely don't have them here. I don't know if we have them in the US or not. Cleaning products and beauty products, says Ann. That's awesome. That's not something you think about very much, although we should. I would like that. That would be awesome. Anderson, I saw the Wagon Wheel still making their cakes. Oh, that's them. I did see the news article about a family. They had to close their restaurant. They closed their, but they were still making the cakes. I did see that. I didn't realize that was the connection there. Danette's grateful for Lucy, her dog, not fighting her when gave her allergy shot. That's good. That's good. That always de-stresses things a little bit, right? When Barnaby wasn't feeling good and he got to the point where he was getting more used to taking his medicine, and it made things a lot easier because I could do it myself in the mornings, and I didn't have to wake Andrew up to help every day and all the time with that. And we didn't have to try and organize around that, which is always an easier thing, right? And trying to get more people involved or the vet to help and things like that. I need a haircut. That's what I need to do. I'm like, my hair is just getting, we have not had a single moment to really do that. We have a good food co-op that sells bulk down the street from the co-op. That's nice. I like that. I like that idea. Then it says, yeah, Wagon Wheel's still making their cake. Red velvet, they are delicious. Nice. On the hippie side of town. Hippie side is good. I like that side of town. We don't have that side of town here, I would say, but it'd be a good side of town to have. Marion says Bulk Barn is a Canadian company. Yeah, okay, good. Because I was like, I don't know that one. I wish we had stuff like that around here, but I don't think we do. I think there used to be a place, I think, around here that had bulk grains and stuff that you could get, but yeah. Andrew says we were the hippie side, right? Yeah, with our beads and what you call them, sage sticks and incense, right? We were the hippie side. And it says it would be great to have something like the bulk barn around here. Yeah, it would. It would. I'll have to ask Jen, which I did not film with Jen today. That's why I'm here. I forgot all about that. We're filming with Jen on Thursday, as long as Andrew doesn't have anything on the calendar that I don't know about for Thursday. Andrew says it's still around. It's that place between Ligonier and Latrobe. It's Laps. Okay. I was going to say, I think there is something up in there, in that area that used to do it. I wasn't sure if they still did that or not. So maybe we'll have to check that out. Let's see. Oh, did Amanda join? Oh, yeah, Amanda joined in. Hello, Amanda. I missed your comment there. Welcome. So like I said, please hit that share button. Share on your timelines. Let people know we're here. Let people know we're going. We have changed our time a little bit. We used to do things at 5:30 Eastern time. We're now doing them kind of around 7:30 Eastern time. And that's just more since we've shut down the store and been doing the move and all that. This later time just works a little bit better for us. It gives me a chance to do a few things before this and not have to rush as much. And then I get to feed the cats so that they're not hungry in between during the live and going crazy. Like right now, they're all sleeping or laying down. They just ate. Their bellies are full. And we've had the windows in the house opened all day today. It's been so nice. Like, I have this open. You can probably, if you listen really closely, you can hear the peeper frogs outside. I don't know if y'all know what peeper frogs are. I think we've talked about this last spring probably, but they're these tiny, tiny little frogs. We call them peepers. And when you hear the peepers, you know it's spring. That's just the way it works. Once they're out and they're making their noise, which is beautiful, I think, then you know spring is very close. Spring is pretty much here if they emerge, and they have emerged. So I just went from like 20 people down to 13 people watching. Who are those 7 people that just like crashed out? Like, we're out of here. Get back here. Get back in the feed. Watch, listen, hang out, chat with us. Hello, Cindy. Frogs, love them. I do too. I like frogs a lot. Danette says there's a place, KP Treasures Liquidation in Grapeville near Irwin, that sometimes has bulk items. I know they just did bulk detergent. I think they said if you bring your gallons back, you can refill. That's good. That's good. Most bakers don't make the red velvet cakes the old-fashioned way. They use food coloring instead of beet juice that was originally used. Yeah, I just thought people used beet juice because I know that's how they used to do it. But I guess that makes sense in food coloring. Yeah. Filled kitty and puppy bellies is very important. It is. It is. Got to get them filled up. Danette says, yes, the peepers are out. Yes, they are. I heard them here. I think I heard them sometime last week. I've really fully heard them down here in town. Well, it was actually beginning. It was like 2 weeks ago. I heard them up at the cottage in the woods one night. And I was like, am I really hearing what I think I'm hearing? But then we had a cold blast after that, I think. But I was really surprised. But yeah, they're out. They're out in force now. There's no question. No question. Marion says it's cold, but it's supposed to warm up by Thursday. Peepers are lovely. I like them a lot. We used to live by a lake growing up, and they were almost deafening when springtime came. But you definitely that was the time. Once the peeper frogs were out, it was like, okay, it's time to start cleaning up the yard from winter. We would. I felt like this when we were the other day when we were cleaning the house, when we were cleaning the basement to move things in, and it was like warm during the day, but as the night came, it got cool, like quite cool. And I was like, this is the time when like we would have cleaned up the yard and had a bonfire at night, like the spring kind of bonfires going, to burn up the brush and all that when growing up. And it kind of reminded me of that a little bit. I love that time of year when things are warm, but they get cool and chilly at night, and you can have a bonfire. Might have to do a bonfire up at the cottage soon. Hello, Andrew.
Howdy.
How are you?
How's everybody doing?
How's it going? How's that food? I said you were making dinner down there.
Yeah, I was working on that.
Susan says beet juice is important. Cindy says, not me, I'm here. Thank you for being here. Don't leave us. Don't leave us, everybody.
Beet juice.
For the red velvet cake instead of food coloring. I never knew there was beet juice in red velvet cakes. Always thought it was just red food coloring. No, it's beet juice. The real way to do it is beet juice.
There's something else too. It has like a tang. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it's the pickled beet juice.
I don't know. I can't remember what's in it.
Is there apple cider vinegar?
It might be a little bit of vinegar to help it rise.
Gives it a little tang too. Cindy says, glad I got all those purple delicas. Yes, that's what I was saying at the beginning of this. If you missed yesterday's show, there's still stuff left. A lot of purples are left. Cindy came in and swooped in and asked about most of the purple line of stuff, and she got, I think, all of them because no one wanted purple for some reason. I don't know why.
Purple.
I like purple too. Barbara is here. Hello, Barbara. Just tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you here. Barbara Bechtel. Bechtel. Anxious to see your paperweight, says Danette.
Me too.
He is too. He couldn't bring it.
So if you didn't know, if you're not friends with me if you don't follow my
I told them what you were doing today.
Oh. So I did, the staff and the board at Touchstone went to the Pittsburgh Glass Center. I saw my friend SB. She was there working. SB? Yeah, I thought she was somewhere out on the West Coast for some reason. And then we saw a brief cameo of a person named Quaid who is going to be in the upcoming Netflix series Blown Away.
I can't wait for that to come out.
You have to wait until Friday.
Oh, it's close.
I think it's Friday. Maybe Saturday.
Get that party started.
I know.
If you've not seen that show, it's awesome.
I like it. I think the host is somebody's cousin, but you know,
he's like, he doesn't always know a lot about what's going on.
He's like, what are you doing? I guess it's nice to have like a fresh point of view.
Yeah, and ask questions.
But I want
a lot of times hosts are like that. They're they don't know what, they're just there to keep the show going.
Yeah.
And be the personality.
I want somebody who's done it.
That one we were watching on YouTube for what was that for?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
The Corning Museum?
Corning Museum. They had a host who talked all the way through. He knew everything that they were doing.
Mm-hmm. And then some.
And then told you about it, which was great.
That was good.
There was no downtime. Like, I don't know what to say here, so I'm not going to say anything. No.
No,
it's good.
He is good. I would go on his tour.
Right.
So it's kind of like that what we did today.
Ah.
And it was a good experience. They've recently expanded the building at the Pittsburgh Glass Center. So some of it wasn't even open yet. It was still.
Did you get to go in that part?
Maybe.
He's like, I can't say.
But it was really interesting, and I definitely want to go back and take some classes there.
So you didn't blow glass, though?
No, I'm okay with that.
He's like, I'm fine.
They had a glass blowing demonstration, and you have to be like real comfortable with the people you're working
getting
with.
Up close with them,
and like share your mouth hole stuff.
No.
And so I was like,
no.
I was like, and then the one guy, he's like, so do you think you'll do this again? And I was like, maybe, but I don't think I'm going to like do this professionally.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, why? And I said, well, for one, it's a little bit far, and you can't just like have a glory hole at your house.
No.
So maybe lamp work, but not like I'm going to be over there, have 1,000-degree
furnace going all the time
with this ginormous like controller that's as big as our house. And then, I mean, it's not too far to do that. But the other thing is you have to be like really on point with your communication skills. And that is not something that I excel at. People oftentimes say that I am unpleasant when I get, because I have a very direct.
I have no comment on this, everybody.
I have a very direct manner in which to encourage the optimal output. So in high stress situations, with which this would be.
Yes.
So if it's like taking a class and we're just like, learning and growing together.
Maybe.
Then I'm super encouraging, almost to the point where people think I'm being fake, which I'm not, because I will not be afraid to tell you if something needs work. But on the other side of that, when we're like messing with fire, sometimes people's feelings get hurt. So I don't know. I have to find
Let's see some comments here. Oh, hello, Ali. Ali Asato has joined us. Thank you for joining us. Says, ooh, Delicas. Yeah, we have Delicas. I know. We have Delicas tonight, and we had Delicas last night. So if you missed last night's show, go back to our Facebook page or our YouTube channel and rewatch yesterday's. Barbara says, I need some 6.0 and 8.0s, preferences for Picasso finish or peachy finishes for pumpkins. Which one did we do?
We did 8.0.
We did 8.0s already the week before last week, I think.
No,
last week? Early last week. So those we already did. So you can check that on. And yesterday and today we're doing 11.0 Delicas.
We were supposed to do 6s, but I can't find the box. So
yeah, 6s are MIA at the moment.
Because I put it in a special spot.
knowing we were going to do them during the move. Michelle says, I actually know what we were having for dinner tonight. Pasta with meatballs. Sounds good.
I miss a good meatball.
What are we having tonight?
Butter tofu.
Modified leftovers. We had it
Um,
last night. It was good.
Yeah, so I liked it, but the sauce, there's too much sauce to...
Tofu ratio.
Correct. So I picked up some tofu, some extra
Got
tofu.
some more naan bread.
And some more naan. I'm going to pop that in the oven right before we're ready to eat.
Yeah.
Get it nice and
That's
soft.
Good. Yay to purple, or yeah to purple, says Cindy. Yes. Marion says buttermilk and vinegar in red velvet cake. That would make sense.
Buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
You can make your own
Cindy
buttermilk.
says, oh, beet juice with a sickly face.
Oh. You know they use that to melt the snow on the roads?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I love I love pickled beet juice. I eat pickled beets like they're candy.
I don't know how they get it not to be red, because I was like, how come it doesn't look like a murder scene?
Murder scene?
And they said that they process it in a way that it makes it clear. And they spray it on the roads. Some people spray it on the roads, and it makes it so you don't get icy.
That's good. And Barbara says I tuned in right about beet juice.
Correct.
Yep. Allie says, wow, season 4 already.
Yeah, it's exciting. I like that show.
Amanda says, I don't think I've had real red velvet. I know I don't like the red velvet with food coloring.
I made that once for a dinner party. It was a disaster. Because, I don't know, this is like early days of internet, you know? Well, maybe not internet, but internet recipes.
Mm.
And so I found one, and I said, oh, this sounds good. So they said put an entire container of red food dye. And you may remember this, William.
I vaguely remember this.
Out when we went to Sisha and Jenny's house to watch a show. And I brought a red velvet cake because...
I think I blocked out us bringing food on that one.
Because we used to watch True Blood at
with
their
them.
house.
Yeah.
Or their apartment. And so I was like, oh, this is like vampire. So I found this recipe. It said put a whole container of red dye. For one, I am maybe mildly allergic to food coloring because it runs in my family. Number 2, if you ever put that much dye in a cake, just everybody's mouth is going to be red.
Yeah.
So everybody looked like
a vampire.
Been on the True Blood. And then we were about to leave, and they're like, I hope this comes out. I have work in this.
I don't remember that, but I believe it.
And I spilled the batter. I put it in the sink, and it turned the metal sink pink. And I was like, what are we going to do to get this out?
You're going to dye the rest of the sink.
And get the Fabulosa.
There you go.
And scrub the heck out of it. It still was pink, probably.
So we'll just dye it all pink. Teresa says, you don't taste the beet juice. It just makes the cake red. Cindy says, glass blowing is too hot and too sweaty.
Let me tell you, it was hot today. You know, and I think, so here is the weird thing. We were in the bleachers, and it was scorching. I mean, and it was a warm day, so it was extra warm. And then closer to the furnaces, like if you're like right next to the furnace, it's hot.
Yeah.
But like when you're in the working area, it was surprisingly cooler. And so I was like, how come I'm not out here? I'm over there sweating my bald head off over in the bleachers.
Barbara says, agree, Amanda. I don't mind beet juice, but I was a professional cake decorator, and black and red dye alter the flavor dramatically. I've heard that the dyes really change the flavor.
Yes.
Andrew's like, I can vouch for that. My cake tasted different.
We also had a book club once, and it was Laurel's birthday, and we read An Object of Beauty by Steve Martin, and he talks about this painting by Andy Warhol all through the book. And there's these, so there are these black flowers, and so we had lamb cakes in Johnstown bake us a cake, and they made it look exactly like the painting. They made it look exactly like the painting. And they put a lot of black to get that black. And by the end of the night, everybody looked like they in the wife teeth on that Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Yeah, Japanese teeth altering, the teeth coloring.
Our teeth were all black. I was like, we're swishing out with Moscato.
Danette is asking, what's the difference between Delicas and regular seed beads?
So Delicas are more like a tiny little tube. They're not like a bugle. A bugle has sometimes, it's a longer tube, but it's a little bit sharper on the edge. They just cut it. These are tumbled a little bit, so they're a little bit smoother, but they're tubes, and they lock together, and they fit in a tubular shape. A regular seed bead is called a rocal, and it's more rounded. And
like a bead.
Yeah, it's more rounded. So for pattern making, it's not always ideal unless you are experienced, because the round against round doesn't necessarily want to fit together. It's like, show them your hands. So it's like round to round, but the Delica is more flat, so it locks together.
There you go. Amanda says, I don't like the taste of anything with color added. It tastes off to me.
You might have a food allergy.
Delica says, or Michelle says, Delica is perfectly cylinder and the same size. The other is round and imperfect.
I wouldn't say it's imperfect. It depends who makes them.
And what age they are.
Because Japanese rocals are very perfect in their roundness, usually. But they are more, it is much more of a challenge to do a pattern and have it look. Because if you're
going to see through certain parts, right?
Yeah. And you also don't necessarily think about this, but if it's if there's slight deviation in the beads, it's like, did you ever see that sculpture where they did a brick wall and they put a book, and then at the top it's all like, ooh, it's super,
it's going over the book. Yeah.
Because those tiny little...
It's not just one little boost up.
No, those tiny incremental changes causes that to really mess up. So
Delicas are good for that.
Yeah.
Ellie says, I like pickled beets and pickled okra.
I like pickled okra.
I like pickled almost everything.
Yeah, me too. Except
olives are technically pickled, aren't they?
They're brined.
Brined. Okay. I like pickled everything then. Is it sugar beet juice for the roads? Amanda's asking.
I think it's something.
Some kind of beet something.
It's not red though.
Tori says, I make pickled beets a lot. I buy them a lot. I don't make them as much as I should just make them. Pickled beets. My grandmother used to make pickled beets a lot. We called them red beets, even though most beets are red, but they were called red beets, and her beets were pickled. And I think that's where I grew up loving them, because we ate them like candy. We just put them in a bowl and eat them. And
did she put the hot tamales in hers?
No.
Did y'all know about that, or am I making this up?
I've never heard of hot tamales in that.
You know hot tamales? It's that cinnamon candy that's kind of...
Oh, those. No, but hers had some kind of cinnamon and I think hers, I don't know if she used a mix of stuff that she bought from somewhere. I don't know. I don't have her recipe. I wish I did. I don't know who has it in the family.
Your aunt gave me some pickling salt at one point.
Yeah, and I know my grandmother used to buy from some of her seed companies. Sometimes I think she used to buy some pickling stuff. And I don't know if she had a specific mix for that, but there was definite spices in hers too. They weren't overpowering, because I don't like spices and stuff too much like that. But I've never tasted any red beets, and I bought a lot of different kinds that were like hers. But she did not put the candies in. I know that.
Because some people, like my grandma, used to do that for her. I can't remember what she pickled like that. But all the kids used to love eating it, and it was bright red.
Yeah, those bright red candies.
Uh-huh. And I don't remember what it was
Yeah.
exactly.
But I loved hers, and I think that's where I got the love for pickled beets. I love beets in general, though. My dad made me eat beets, and I got sick. Oh, that's no good. I did that with canned cherries one time. It was not because of the canned cherries. I got the flu after. But I still to this day do not eat the canned cherries.
Which I like.
Andrea. I used to love them. I used to eat them a lot, obviously, and then I had the bad times. Amanda loves beets and beet tops. Yeah, beet tops are good too.
Yeah.
Marianne likes pickled beets and roasted beets. True Blood was great, says Cindy.
The first part.
They got a little bit wild toward the end.
They start making stuff up.
Beet tops are the best. No red food dyes, says Barbara. I made a black wedding cake. I told them it was not made to be eaten. They didn't care. It was all for aesthetic. Amanda has to leave already. Glad I got to hang out with everyone. Take care. Take care, Amanda. Thank you for joining us.
I never get why shows do that. Like when they make it off of a book, and it's so good. It's so good. And I mean, the books got a little bit wild, but the show went real wild.
Yeah, they did.
So
Norma says, hello, everyone. Just getting ready to drive home after a movie. Going to listen while I drive. Hello, Norma.
What movie did you go to?
Don't ask her while she's driving.
Okay.
When you get home, tell us. I'm sure you'll probably will still be going when you get home. Dennis says, thank you for the explanation. Wonderful. Delicas seem perfectly aligned for weaving, says Cindy. Yes. Mayuki beads are better than check beads, says Cindy. We've got the Mayukis.
Better is relative. But for bead weaving, definitely.
For bead weaving. Barbara says, cylinder is a good way to describe it. Marianne says, cloves is common in pickled beets. Mm-hmm. Barbara says, I like 6080 because I just use them for spacers. That's what we sold the most of in store, was 60 and 80, because that's what we mostly use them for, because we didn't have a seed beading instructor. So yeah, I get that.
I'm thinking of teaching some seed beading when we open the new store.
Yeah. And then here's the fire whistle. Yeah, that's the fire whistle in the background. Something's happening in some town, maybe ours, maybe somewhere else.
Hopefully not.
Our fire department goes everywhere.
Because they're one of the bigger fire departments for the area, which is wild.
Right. Teresa says, I use cloves, nutmeg, pickling spices, and vinegar.
Sounds good.
My mom puts cinnamon candy in her applesauce, says Barbara. That's interesting.
It makes it pink.
My grandmother used to do a pink applesauce, but I think it was the type of apple she used that made it pink. I think. Because we always put cinnamon on top afterwards, like a cinnamon sugar. Susie says, my grandma made some kind of apples with the cinnamon candies. Suzanne says, I love beets, but my husband doesn't. Andrew doesn't eat them that much.
I like fresh beets.
Yeah. I just buy the pickled beets in a jar or in a can, and I eat them like candy. Like it's a dessert for me after eating.
That's not for me. I don't mind it if it's like putting some, but just eat it straight out the can is not.
It's fine.
Nah.
No problem.
I was like, that you can enjoy.
He's like, you can have that. Oh, sorry, Byron. Oh, my back has been, since the move, my back has been not great. It's been hurting a lot. And we have a table out in the driveway that we got to move before it rains tomorrow.
At 4 a.m. it's supposed to rain.
Yeah, so we got to move that table up onto the porch at least.
Oh boy.
It's not a light table, everybody.
We built it.
We did build it. We might have to unbuild it.
I don't even know how that would work.
I don't know either.
I don't want to mess around in the dark.
No. And I don't know if it'll fit down into the garage, into the basement.
No way. Not even Don't even think
He
about
said,
it.
don't even think about it. Allie says, is it just me or am I hearing the warning testing? That's our fire department. Our fire department, I think up until midnight, they're allowed to sound the loud alarm. Maybe they're allowed after that. I'm not sure. Somebody was trying to start a noise ordinance or something so that they couldn't do something like that. But I think that got canceled, maybe because the fire department needed to do that. I don't know.
We're not allowed to know about this.
But that is when that goes off, that means there is a fire or a necessary thing happening that they need our fire department. And it helps anyone who's in the fire department, if they're not around their cell phone or whatever, they know to run, because it's a volunteer fire department. So they run down and get ready to go.
Somebody asked if we wanted to join. I was like, to do what?
We are not athletic like that.
And it's like, you mean you want me to like lift somebody?
Like lift somebody?
I was like,
Hello,
maybe.
Sharon. Thanks for joining us. My dad got a call and came back, said, "Where are the beats?" And he thought I lied, and he spanked me, and I threw up on him. It was so dramatic. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No wonder you don't like beets.
God light them on fire. A good beet, it tastes. I think they taste like kind of like a super flavorful carrot. Like there's a little bit more earthiness to it.
There's definitely more earthiness, but there also can be, well, carrots can be very sweet too. But beets can be very sweet. Marion says, I made pink applesauce with crab apples. Maybe that's what my grandmother used. They had a ton of different apple trees.
We had roasted beet salad at one of the restaurants I worked at with a lemon vinaigrette, and it was delicious. I would eat that.
He's like, I eat that all the time, every day.
No problem.
Allie says, wow, it's so late for you guys. Not lately. For one, we don't go to bed until about 3 or 4 in the morning most of the time. Trying to adjust that, but it's not working. Keep doing things. But we've been going at 7:30 in the evenings here lately.
Time slot.
That's kind of our new slot. Do those orange colored beets or white and red striped beets have a different flavor?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think so.
I believe so. Yeah.
I love those little yellow ones.
The little yellow ones.
They're so good. And then the candy stripe ones, delicious.
Yeah, they're all good. They're all good. There are more beets out there in the world, like carrots. There are more colored carrots too, and they're good too. Try them, everybody, if you can. All right, let's get started because we've been going for 50 minutes.
50 minutes.
I know. So I gotta move this over. Let me flip this around.
Talking about beets, y'all.
Talking about beets for 50 minutes.
Who knew?
Who knew?
What beet store you gonna buy from? Talk about the beets.
Cindy says, I will never eat them. I don't blame you, not one bit.
Are you sure you wouldn't try it if I made you something?
Would you feel the need to try it if somebody made them for you and gave them and said, here you go?
Is she the one that got spanked?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Just like, nope.
I don't need to reopen generational trauma.
No, let's not do that. Terry says they do have flavors for each different beet. Yep. They're good. I like beets.
You should grow them.
Barbara says, I live next to the fire department. After dark, they don't sound the sirens, but we don't have actual sirens like PA. Makes me nostalgic.
It kind of makes me nervous.
Marianne says, that's the way I feel about maraschino cherries, Cindy. I know. Me too, Marianne.
I love maraschino cherries.
Not those.
Temples.
Nope. Not those cherries, and not the ones the pie filling cherries, which I used to love.
Yeah, they're good.
But nope. None. I won't even eat real cherries. Like when I was
Rainier cherries.
When I was in France,
favorite foods of all time.
When I was in France, the family I stayed with, we went up to the Pyrenees Mountains. They had a house in the mountains, and they had a cherry tree in their backyard. Fresh cherries. I don't know what kind of cherries they were, but I tried and I was like, no, I can't do it. I
hope you
gagged.
took that down for them.
Of course I did. Just like when I showed up at their place, what did they have ready for me? Champagne, which was fine. Champagne I liked, and olive loaf. I ate 2 slices of olive loaf, And boy, did I choke that down with champagne. Followed that right up. Almost every bite, they're like, he liked to drink. No, but yeah, olives and me, not a good thing.
What is it?
I have
What
never
kind of
liked an olive.
olives? Was it black olives or green?
I'm trying to remember what was in it. I think it was a mix. I think it was just a mix of olives.
Because we had that tapenade, and it was good.
Mm,
You
this
seem to
olive
like
loaf
it.
was not.
Now that I didn't know that, and then I used to bring him these chicken tapenade sandwiches, and he would eat it, so I thought he liked it.
Yeah, that was being nice too. He's like, oh, he brought me the food. I gotta eat it.
I know. I don't miss that. I would be so deliriously tired from work, and then somehow make it home.
Marion said, that's the way I feel about maraschino. Oh, I said that. Allie says, sorry, I can't see everyone's comments. No, Allie, you only see the comments of the place that you are watching from.
That's why he reads them.
That's why I read everybody's comments, almost everybody's comments, because you can see the Facebook comments since you're on Facebook, but we stream in about 4 places on Facebook. So you will only see the Facebook comments for the place you're watching. If there are other people watching there, you'll see their comments. But that's
We're
why.
not just making it up.
No, we're not. We're just making up everybody's comments. We really have 2 people watching. You're the only one here with us right now, right?
Spanking story with the beats.
Marion says pie filling cherries are okay and fresh cherries yummy. Nah.
Oh my gosh, Rainier cherries?
Nah.
Not even Rainier cherries?
Fresh cherries are the best. Yes, Rainier are the best, says Cindy.
More from me, bro.
Olive loaf and beets, the worst.
Who is that?
Cindy said that. And Susie says almost 8:30 p.m. I know. We got to get this show on the road. We do have fewer lots today, so that helps. So this is how we're going to do it today. So let me put the banner up. If you'd like to make a purchase from this video, take down this lot number, for example, SB77. Put that in the subject line of an email, address it to info@allegorygallery.com, and hit send. That's the way you claim. If you send that like that, I am going to assume you are claiming it. I don't look at the bodies of the emails. Now, if you have a question about something you'd like to ask in an email, put something like question about SB77 or question about seed beads or something like that. Because if you just put this, I'm going to think you're claiming it and I'm not going to look any further. That just makes everything a lot easier. Now, the ones that we're showing you today, they're a little bit bigger tubes than we had yesterday for a lot of them. They're a little bit heavier tubes, so the prices are a little bit higher. Plus, some of these are one of those, I always say, like, no matter how, like, the more words you have in the description of the seed beads, the higher the price seems to go. So
every word is a process.
Yeah.
Every process increases the price.
So these might be a little bit more because a lot of these are some of the metallic stuff and the frosted and the coated and the luster and so these are a little bit more than yesterday, but we are still giving you 20% off our retail prices on each tube. And remember, these tubes, yesterday the tubes I think were 7.2 grams or so. These are about 7.6 for a lot of these. So when you're comparing these prices, if you are doing the comparisons online to other places, remember that these are heavier a lot of times because seed beads are often sold by the gram. So when I was looking online, a lot of them are 5-gram tubes or 5-gram amounts, and these are going to be 7.6. So almost 8 grams. So that might account for some pricing difference. If you're like, Allegory usually has good prices, but these seed bead prices are higher. That might be why. All right, because they're heavier and they're bigger tubes.
Yeah, some of the tubes also,
they're not going to be.
They don't look like they're full.
Yeah, they're not going to look completely full because they are all done by weight. All right.
And also, some of them were specialized ones, like the 24K ones, which we don't have, so don't even think about it. It looks like there's only they only put a scoop in. It doesn't look full at all. I can't count how many times people would come into the store and they're this one's kind of empty. And then I was like, well, I didn't want to have a special tube
Yeah.
Just for this one thing.
No, especially when we could barely get tubes as it was.
Mm-hmm.
Barbara says olive loaf is bologna with olives in it. It's a particular flavor, not for everyone. That is not the olive loaf I'm talking about. In France, the olive loaf was a baked loaf of kind of bread with olives in it. It was more like an olive cake, like a zucchini cake is like a cake. It was like an olive cake, but it was called olive loaf. Well, the translation would have been olive loaf. So it was not the bologna. I don't even know if they would have had that there.
They
Bologna.
probably do, but just a different name.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so yesterday also the tubes had the colors and all that on them because today the tubes do not. These are still Delicas, and you can tell Delica bead, DB, Delica bead.
That's the manufacturer code.
Yeah, but they do not have the colors. So I have the colors written on here for you, so you can see this. So these are the dyed nickel plated, which it says that twice. Dyed nickel plated cinnamon brown.
That's a pretty color.
This is a very pretty color. Now we have 2 tubes available. The number here tells you how many tubes we have available. And then this is $8.50 per tube, and there are 2 tubes. Marianne says, anything like olive focaccia? It was not. It was a dense, like I think a focaccia is more airy and
The olives are sprinkled on top.
Yeah, this was a dense cake-like thing with olives throughout.
That's a thing. And they grind it up and put it in and mix it up.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful, like a antique bronze color.
Oh, chocolatey goodness right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so let me show you what I mean.
Cinnamon?
Huh?
The cinnamon?
Cinnamon brown.
I like it.
Cinnamon.
Plating makes it metallic.
Barnaby heard Cinnamon's name and came running over.
How he's all flirt?
I'm gonna flirt on the camera. Barnaby, you gotta save your flirting time for not the show time.
He's like,
so I'm gonna take this off just so you can see. So you can see the tubes when you get them, they are not going to be completely full. So we're not trying to fool you with these labels. They are done by weight and static electricity apparently. So
that's a pandemic time. This the only tubes with that top.
They could get that size tube. Yep.
Because we bought a bunch of tubes that were the other size, and the tops would not hold. And every day you'd walk into the store and some of the tubes would fall
off the thing.
And you have a mess to clean up.
Norma says, home now just in time for the show.
What did you watch the movie?
Andrew's wondering what you watched, Norma.
How was it? I like beads, but I also like to get recommendations on things.
Brooke says, I'm not a picky eater, but I've never cared for olives or beets. We're talking about all the things that she's never. I know, right? People are very.
That's so strong. We might as well talk about licorice now.
Oh, I do love licorice too. Black licorice only. That red strawberry licorice, that's not even real. That's not.
I could eat that.
That's not a real licorice.
No way.
I love black licorice. Yeah, Andrew had bad experiences with black licorice. So one of these is sold already, so one is still available.
Thank you. I'm gonna stir the food.
Andrew's got to go stir the food. Let me see. That was 77. My pile here is getting a little bit scattered. So hopefully we'll go in order. If I don't go in order, just make sure you need to look at the lot numbers. That's all. Brooke says, so I would totally buy a beets and olives themed beet set. Or bead set. I will admit that beets and olives have pretty colors, right? They do. They're really pretty colors. Maybe we'll have to make a bead set like that, right? Now that we've talked about it so much. So this is SB78, gray lined opal AB. These are super duper pretty. Let me show you these. Gray lined, so they have a gray lining, but they are opal AB. So they're an opal, like an opal colored glass with an AB finish. So 3 different things on there. You got the opal colored glass, you have the AB finish on top, and they're lined in a gray color. Look how pretty they are. They look like labradorite to me. Totally look like, or opal, but they look really a lot like labradorite. If you're using labradorite in a design and you're looking for some spacers, that would be, I think these would be really pretty. Of course, you don't have to use these for spacers. You can make a nice pattern with these, but that's what I'm just used to doing. They're only $4.25 a tube. That's with the 20% discount we're giving you off of our retail prices. Normally these are 20% higher. And there are only 2 tubes available at that price. Once we sell out, we are not restocking at that price. All right, that's just a special for this show. And we pulled these down off the wall during the move. Andrew's going to be doing some seed bead classes probably at the new shop in Johnstown. So it's not like we're clearancing them out or anything, but we are giving you a deal. That's all. Allie's asking what size. These are all size 11. Everything tonight is size 11. All right. Everything is size 11. And yesterday also, everything was also size 11 yesterday. All right. So there you go. That's SB78, and SB78 is sold out. Thank you so much. I'm going to try and let you know if things are sold out as we go, if I can. I think that just helps everybody. And I need a container. Nope, that box is full. Everything is full. That one has a Tallulah in it. Well, let's just set these here. Andrew, maybe you can find me a container when he gets back. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Okay, SB79, Duracoat, silver lined, dyed Montana. So you got to look real close at these, but you get that beautiful blue from the Montana blue. You get that silver line, which makes it glow. And then you got them Duracoated, which gives it that kind of opalescent kind of finish.
That's pretty.
That's really pretty. It's like a storm cloud.
Starry night style.
Starry night style. There you go. So these are all size 11 tonight. And they are all Delicas. All right, 2 of those available at $6.50 a tube. And we are down to none of those. Thank you so much, everybody. Those are sold out. Oops. Sorry, Instagram friends, if you're saying anything. Petra. Sorry, says no idea what 8s or 6s are. 8s, 6s, 11s, those are all sizes that they use. It's a sizing grading for seed beads. So the higher the number, the smaller the seed bead. Sorry if I don't know how long ago you asked. It doesn't give me the timestamps on Instagram, so sorry if we missed you on that one. Okay, next up is matte black. Very simple, $5, 3 tubes available of matte black. I'll show it to you. There's not much to show. It's matte black. But it's nice. If you need a basic, there it is. 3 tubes available of matte black, SB80, and they are $5 a tube. If you're wondering why our SB numbers started so high, it's because we have done 2 seed bead shows prior to this. If you've missed those, you can check that out on our YouTube or Facebook page, and you can watch all of the previous videos there. SB80, we're down to 2 of these tubes left at $5 each. SB80 matte black. We've sold 1 already that I see.
Those are so useful.
Very useful. You know, I say there's not much to show because they're matte black, but these are super useful, whether you're using them as spacers, whether you're using them in patterns. Who doesn't need black?
I saw a car that was painted matte black today.
That's wild.
I was like, I guess they want to get hit.
I know. Okay, so we've sold 2 of those. There's 1 of those left in the matte black at $5 if you'd like to request it. Is there anything I can put those in?
Separate it out.
Just so that they don't get, so when I go to do the invoicing, it's easy for me instead of hard.
Good luck.
If they stay in order, it's always a lot easier. Tallulah took my other box. She's sleeping in a box.
Pretty cute.
Okay, next up, SB.
The heck out of it, though.
Yeah, she did. SB 81, transparent silver gray gold luster. Transparent silver gray gold luster. So you're going to see a little bit of gold in here. You're going to see a little bit of gray in here. You're going to see the silver flash. $5 only per tube. 2 tubes available. And this is them. So every once in a while you see that little bit of gold, you see that little bit of, you see a lot of silver, and you see that gray, and they are transparent as well. Aren't those nice? I like those a lot. Those are a good kind of basic too, I think.
Like a neutral?
Yeah, very neutral. Allie says classic. Yes, they are. And 1 of these have sold so far. Thank you so much. We have 1 tube available at $5 if you're interested. SB 81. There. Thank you, Andrew. Clean me out of box. Clean me out of box. And those are sold. Thank you so much, everybody. Gotta act fast with these tonight.
I know, people.
I think we're
selling Delicas before.
I know. At these prices.
I think one of the things is we don't usually sell seed beads like this, so
Our people are happy to get them.
yeah,
The
know
AG
what
bead
time it
fans.
is?
Oh, one more, and then we'll go on to that time. Opaque smoke luster. Opaque smoke luster, SB 82, only $5 a tube. Here's what it looks like. Smoky color. It's that smoky gray with the luster coating, which makes them pearlescent, a little bit pearlescent, and they are opaque. Aren't they great?
Imagine, oh my goodness, if you made a bracelet of just this, it'd be like a fabric of smoke on your wrist.
That'd be pretty cool, right?
I am in it to win it. It has kind of that labradorite vibe.
A little bit. It would pair well with that. It pair well with those ones we talked about that look just like labradorite. SB 82, and those are sold out. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, it's giveaway time. Tallulah now took my other box that I was using. Tallulah, what are you doing, sweetheart? Oh, who took your box? Gertie. Oh.
Gertie's so cute.
Okay, this is prize what number?
Mm.
We'll just say prize 1 tonight. Prize number 1. Okay, so prize number 1. Did you know you're getting giveaways tonight? We did giveaways last night too. You gotta watch sometimes. You never know when you might miss a good giveaway. So we have these. These are foil glass. These are beads.
This is actually not foil
Not
glass.
foil glass?
So this is made with goldstone.
Goldstone glass.
So it's kind of similar. It's goldstone, if you didn't know, is a synthetic that's made with copper that's been mixed with the clear.
So there you go.
When it's super saturated, it's a synthetic stone. There also comes in blue.
Blue goldstone. So these are goldstone glass. And what's the question tonight, Andrew?
What's the full name of the place that I took a class today in a demo?
What's the full name of the place that Andrew took a class and did a demo today?
Saw a demo.
Saw a demo today. Oh, Norma says she saw The Holdovers. I really liked it. It was the movie she saw.
I don't know.
I don't know that either. So I'm watching. Anybody answer that question? You win the giveaway. It's that easy. First one to answer it on our side, whatever pops up first.
It's correct.
Marianne says Pittsburgh Glass Center.
Correct.
Marianne gets this one. She's starting to clean up tonight, too.
Good job.
That's right.
You gotta be quick.
I know. You got to pay attention, too.
Mm-hmm.
Marianne pays attention. Okay, let me get a bag for these. Danette was second to say it.
I saw that you wanted to take a class there. I would say do it, but maybe register before.
Danette did?
I would say register before the new season starts, because
I know our neighbor Susie also said she wanted to, too.
Yeah, because once that hits, it's going to be jam-packed.
Jam-packed. Okay. We have SB 83. These are silver-lined pink mist. Garrity. Silver-lined pink mist. There are 2 of these available. They are slightly peachy pink, but you see that bright silver line color there. And so these are only $5 a tube. SB 83. 2 of them available only at that price. Let me show you the other one so you can see they are the same. Silver lined pink mist. It does look exactly like the description.
Those are lovely.
Yeah, they are.
I did a bunch of bridal jewelry, and I did this with pearls. And not anything super complicated, because they didn't want it to be super complicated. But I used a silver thread for the bead weaving and put it with some gray pearls, and
beautiful.
They were happy.
So there's 1 of these now available. We're down to 1. Somebody claimed 1 of them. SB 83, $5 a tube only. Silver lined pink mist.
Is there any comments on Instagram?
Not right yet.
And so the size, there's kind of a myth. So supposedly the size relates to how many of those beads fit into an inch.
Oh, originally.
However, that's been myth-busted.
It doesn't work anymore.
No, because we did at one point, we strung up a bunch of seed beads, like 6 of them for 6 O's, and it was not an inch.
Norma says her movie was about some privileged rich kids and a hated teacher stuck together at a private school over Christmas in 1970 while everyone else got to go home. It's up for an Oscar.
Oh.
Jeanette said SB would be beautiful with pearls.
Uh-huh.
That's a very long color description, says Brooke. This one, matte, transparent, smoky quartz luster.
That's not even one of the long ones.
Matte, transparent, smoky quartz luster is this one.
Those are prettier in real life.
Yeah, these are. I can't dump them all out for everybody because
then we'll be here.
We'll be here.
The end of time.
Yes, and I'll undoubtedly spill them all. But isn't that pretty? They're matte. They got that transparent, the smoky quartz with a little bit of that luster on them.
To me, it looks like there's like a gray center, and then there's like a little bit of like a halo of like a earthy brown around them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Those edges, they're a little bit darker than the center with the luster on it. So there are 2 of these. They're $5.50 a tube.
Those are
SB
lovely.
84. SB 84, $5.50 a tube. And again, these are 7.6 gram tubes, everybody. So if you're comparing anywhere, make sure you're checking to make sure that the price is right for the weight. Oftentimes they're sold by weight. I did some price checking. I always do when I bring them in, and oftentimes they're sold in other places at 5-gram weights instead of like the 7.6 that these are.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird. But I understand why, because the bags come in an even number.
Yeah, so they just divide by 5
Uh-huh.
and they weigh it out themselves.
But that is a tedious job.
Yeah.
We used to do that, and then I'm like, you know,
We can buy these by the tube.
I know it saved like 10 cents a tube.
To do them the long way.
And I was like, but
Why?
that's the early days when we didn't have any money.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to like save wherever.
Buying in bulk as much as we can.
So we would buy gross packages.
Yeah.
And not gross, but you know, I guess you
Yeah,
call it
gross.
Usually gross is 144, but
What's that number? That was 84, 85.
But anyways, we buy these bulk packages and then have to weigh them out, and it took forever. And handwrite all the labels.
Okay, these are called Silver Line Dark Taupe. To me, they look like amethyst, but I'll show you.
Amethyst can be a tricky color.
Taupey. This is taupey.
That fish that I'm working on, it looks brown, but it's all amethyst colors.
Mary says, gros in French is just large. Yep. Yes, it is. So these are Silver Line Dark Taupe. And I think the silver with the taupe makes them look a little bit purpley to me.
Mm-hmm.
But when you really get up close, they're definitely, you can see their taupey color. I'm also with a blue background, which I think is blending, making them look more purple. So these are Silverline Dark Taupe, $6.90 a tube, and there are 2 tubes available.
That would be really pretty with some tiger eye.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
some red tiger eye.
Ooh.
Maybe
Switching
some
it up, switching it up.
Do the whole color.
Do all the tiger eye.
Why
So there you go. SB 85, $6.90 a tube for the Silver-Lined Dark Taupe.
A woodland creature.
Oftentimes the silver-lined ones are a little bit more expensive too.
They are. The
They are.
cheapest ones are the ones with pure color and no finishes or anything different.
Next up, these are sparkling silver gray lined crystal.
Those are pretty.
And these are only $4.25 a tube. That's a really good price. 2 tubes available at that price. SB 86, sparkling silver gray lined crystal. So I can get as close as I can there to show you the detail. SB 86.
That'd be great for some a little bit of razzle dazzle.
And those just sold out. Thank you so much. Quick on the draw on that one.
Good job.
That's some people quick on the draw on that one. SB, oops,
Is that a
87.
comment, William, on Instagram?
No.
And they just have a really long title.
That's the comment I read before.
Oh.
Okay. Super pretty, sparkling pewter lined crystal AB. And for as much as going on in this, it's only $4.25 a tube. We got a good deal on those ones. So sparkling pewter or sparkling pewter lined crystal with an AB finish. Look at how pretty those are. That's another one that looks a lot like the labradorite.
Mix and match, y'all.
Right?
So it's not all like a solid.
Give your design some depth and dimension.
Variegation.
So this is sparkling pewter lined crystal AB. So the pewter lining with the AB finish on top. Crystal color, crystal clear. Allie says, yep, nice flash in that one, right?
Isn't that pretty?
We are down to 187. We are sold out. Way sold out. Way sold out on that one. Everybody is jumping at that one, right? It's a good price on those. We don't have that price on everything tonight. I wish we could.
Do you think it's time for a giveaway?
Let me do one more. We'll end this row I've got here. SB88, matte opaque gray. Matte opaque gray. This is just one of those standard, classic gray, but in matte.
I love matte.
Yep, I love the matte beads. I love matte gemstones, matte seed beads. Really into it. And these are only $4.50 a tube. 2 tubes available. 2 tubes available. SB88. I bet these are going to go quick too. I can't imagine they wouldn't. At $4.50 a tube.
That's a good base.
And if you're just tuning in and just watching, remember these prices are 20% off our retail prices on all of these tubes. 20% off our retail prices. Forgot to plug in my phone. Thank goodness I saw the notification.
Ooh.
I know.
Dancing Danger. Oh, I won a scholarship today.
Andrew won a scholarship.
For the Center for Metal Arts.
Congratulations.
I'm going to be learning welding.
Welding? You've been wanting to learn welding.
Correct. The long cherished wish.
I know. He's been wanting to weld for a long time.
Useful.
So there's one of these available, SB88. We're down to one claimed already. Teresa's love matte glass and gemstones too.
You ready?
I am ready. What number is this? Number 2, right? Prize 2. Prize 2. Marion says, another awesome opportunity, Andrew. Allie says, congrats. Dennis says, wonderful news, Andrew.
Thanks. I work my butt off to get these business.
So in this prize 2, you're going to get this Allegory Gallery fine pewter toggle. This is the horse toggle. And
I think we should call it Wild Horses.
Wild Horses toggle in antique copper.
You like that song?
Wild Horses. Something like that. And and then these are fetishes, right?
Correct.
I don't know what they're carved out of. Stone. They're pretty light too. Woo! Throwing them around. Sally is here. Hello, Sally. Say congrats, Andrew.
Thank you.
So this is the prize number 2. And what's the question tonight for this one?
What am I on the board of?
Where is Andrew on the board of directors?
Which craft school am I on the board of directors?
I think this was an answer to one of yesterday's too.
Was it?
I think so.
Well, y'all gonna really know it then.
Gonna get in there. Who's going to win it this time? Danette says Touchstone.
Correct.
So Danette gets that one.
I feel like I'm
Jillian
gonna
says
have
Touchstone. Marianne says Touchstone. Teresa says Touchstone. Danette got it first.
I'm gonna go to a class at Touchstone this summer.
I just had my email up too, and Touchstone has opened up their applications for Teen Week. So if you're local or local-ish or want to, fly a teen across the country, you can have them apply for Teen Week.
The scholarship for Teen Week, I met the person who funds that.
Oh, yeah?
And not at Touchstone.
Huh. That's nice.
We were having lunch, and she's like, you know who does that? And she's like, you're looking at her.
Oh, hi, Barn. All right. Next up, more seed beads. What are you doing, Barnaby? This is SB89 galvanized pewter. Galvanized pewter seed beads. Delicas, size 11. $7.80 a tube. It's a little bit more expensive.
It's actual metal.
Because it's actual metal. Galvanized pewter. 2 tubes available. Look at that beautiful color, beautiful shine on those. Hey, Barn. Barn's giving me kisses. I'll give you kisses back. Danette says, I think I'm going to go to Touchstone for the open house.
Oh, good.
That's good.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there, but
we're going to be away.
I'm going to be in Memphis for the fire conference and for the show.
The show that you're doing.
Correct. At the Metal Museum. I just got another email. They were asking me my opinion about how we should label the pieces.
Oh.
So should it be a dot with a number and a corresponding keypad, like a key, or a tiny little cutout on foam core, or a clear printed label on.
Ready to see a Barnaby butt there? Barnaby's going to sell you some seed beads next.
He says, honey, I'm trying to sell it.
So the SB89, these are sold out. Thank you so much.
You have such rage that I picked him.
The open house is in June, right? Asked Danette.
June 1st?
June 1st, he said, I think.
It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I do like going to that.
Bring some dollar bills, yo.
There's a lot of good stuff on sale. A lot of stuff. A lot of good artisans there, too.
Yeah, there's a raffle.
Susan says, nothing beats a Barnaby butt, right? Whoop.
Ida
did not like that talk. She just ran out the door.
She's like, wow.
Well then. She says, I won't even try. Oh. This is SB90. Okay, so these are Duracoat semi-frosted, silver-lined, dyed mica.
Wow.
A lot of stuff in that. So semi-frosted, Duracoated, silver-lined mica color. These are $6.40 a tube. Look how pretty they are. 2 tubes available only at that color. Suzanne says, sorry, Ida Bow.
I'm going to take Sandra McEwen's class on Champlavet this season.
Oh, yeah?
And if we can afford it, I'm going to do another one.
If we can afford it, William's going to take one too.
Maybe.
I just wrote today about how nice it was to take a class with Andrew on my William Tries Things. I finally wrote my post up about our casting class.
In
Baltimore. So if you missed that, check out my William Tries Things page. I shared some pictures and some videos.
I think we got him hooked. Did we get him hooked?
Get me hooked. So we're down to one of these available.
Those are beautiful.
Suzanne says, great post. Thank you.
Like champagne.
I know Suzanne wants that cardamom seed pod. I got to finish it.
We got a lot of work to do.
You're saying I got a lot of finishing work to do?
No.
That one could be finished pretty quickly. Put a bail on it.
I think if we put it in the pickle pot, it'll clean up pretty quick.
There's not much to clean up on it. It's
Do
rustic
light.
as is.
Do a light polish for the...
I don't know if she wants it polished. Maybe
You don't want it polished?
Do you want it polished, or you like the sandblasted look, Suzanne?
You like it to be snaggy on your clothes?
Snaggy on your clothes? Where is it? I had it here. I was looking at it earlier.
Well, you better be careful. You have thief children.
I do.
Yeah.
Maybe the thief children stole the cardamom seed pod.
What you got?
So these are... Amy says there was a charm bracelet of natural items at the flower show.
Nice.
Suzanne says no snaggy on clothes. And we got polished that up a little bit.
Did you see Anna Johnson's new natural cast braces?
There it is.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what kind of voodoo she did. She must be using the centrifugal.
I don't know how you clean this up too much without tearing it apart.
I'll show you.
Andrew's going to show me. So we don't want snaggy on clothes.
It'll be beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay.
We have to solder a bail on.
What did I do? I missed these because they were buried.
Mm.
I missed those seed beads. What number am I on? 90, 91. 91.
That sounds like we've been going for a long time, but not really.
Dyed opaque gray.
So we're into the grays and silvers now.
Kind of. Didn't do these kind of by color.
Those are pretty.
These are really pretty. Look at those. They almost have like a blue shine to them.
You sunk my battleship.
Right? It does look like that, the battleships on that. The color of that.
That sheen of the plastic, too.
Yep. Yep. Dyed opaque gray, $4.50. SB91. 2 tubes available at $4.50. If anybody has any questions as we're going, please feel free to ask. We will answer as many questions as we can while we're live.
Well, I would really like to take Ann Wolf's class, and I would really like to take Margaret Jacobs' class. She said she wanted me to come as her guest, so that's 50% off.
Nice. SB91. 2 tubes, dyed opaque gray. And what are these classes of?
The one is organic blacksmithing.
What's that about?
Making the metal look more like flowers and stuff and trees.
That's the one that, as the guest.
And the other one's on Mocha Magane.
Oh, you love some Mocha Magane.
I know. I need to get a little something or other. Get that going.
SB
furnace.
SB92 dark topaz lined amber.
You know, if I get silly like that, so the teacher, I took it in Baltimore last year. I won a scholarship, and the teacher, he had these little furnaces that he makes, and I was like, oh, I can make it myself. And pretty much it's one of those things where you spend $200 to pay more for the experience of doing it.
Yep.
So
SB92 dark topaz lined amber. These are beautiful. These are beautiful seed beads.
Those ones are kind of chocolatey.
They are. So they're an amber lined with the dark topaz color. They give you that kind of reddish chocolatey color.
So if you're doing any kind of like trees, this would be great shadow for that. Branches.
So there are those two available at $5.70 each.
I'd probably mix that with some of that blue-gray color for the highlights. And I know that sounds weird, but sometimes when you look at the branches, it has that kind of almost like blue tinge, almost silvery look.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
can see that. Makes sense.
I'm not just making it up.
Not just making it up, just to make it up. Okay, these are super pretty.
Oh boy.
Duracoat galvanized eggplant.
All right, I'm ready. I've never seen an eggplant that color, but I'm okay with it.
$8.50 a tube. These are beautiful.
That's that razzle dazzle right there.
Look at that.
I call that raspberry swirl.
I know.
We're gonna have a raspberry beret with that. Eat the raspberry swirl ice cream and be fancy.
So what's the galvanized mean?
They're like a plated, right?
Plated? That's what I thought. Because these are plated in something. Duracoat galvanized eggplant. SB 93. $8.50 a tube. 2 tubes available. Sorry, 1 tube available now. We have 1 purchase on those. SB 93. Duracoat galvanized eggplant. Super, super pretty color. And super shiny, sparkly. I'm trying to open this. Allie says, yes, they have a lasting finish.
The Duracoat, especially.
Let me take them out. I know, I said I'm not going to do this in all of them, and I'm not. But I want you to see. I know. I want you to see how pretty those are. That's not showing up
that
very
with the
good.
brown pearls. Here.
There.
Let me show you what I would do.
This is what I would do. Look at those. Look at those. Razzle dazzle, says Allie.
Maybe not that soon.
You need the peacock pearls.
No.
No. I put
I
the
want to
peacock
present with
pearls.
this because it brings out the pinks.
Do you have any of the faceted ones?
It brings out the pinks in these. Right. So copper has a pink to it. And you can't really see it on the camera, but I think that would be like so beautiful.
Yeah, they look good in person. So there you go. SB93, and they are sold out. Thank you so much. I didn't think those would last. They lasted a little longer than I thought, but...
Or with that Nevada Rose, y'all. Am I tripping or am I tripping? Nevada Rose. Y'all know that one? When we had the Tucson Gem Show?
The Nevada Rose.
That dust pink.
All right.
Purplish pink.
Next up, the galvanized matte graphite. Ooh.
I'm into it.
Me too.
You got any of them pendants I made? That graphite? That go with it.
Yeah, it would. Look at that. Oh, somebody's burning coal. It's coming through the windows now.
It's not even cold.
I know. Time to close the window. Barnaby will start coughing.
Okay.
Galvanized matte graphite. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Galvanized, so it's coated and strong. And you get the matte graphite color. Look at how beautiful that is. SB 94. SB 94. $8.25 a tube. 2 tubes available. These galvanized ones are more expensive because they are durably coated. Aren't those pretty though? They look just like graphite, like a graphite pencil tip. SB 94, and those are sold out. Thank you so much. shut this window behind me if there's nobody in it. Nobody in there. Right about the no. She runs to the window. Sorry, just had to take a drink, everybody. SB 95. SB 95. Okay, super pretty. These are dyed semi-frosted, transparent, dark, smoky amethyst. Only $5 a tube. 2 tubes available. Check those out. Transparent, but they're semi-frosted. In that smoky amethyst. Is that not just such a pretty, pretty color? Oh, I love these. Let me see if I can open the top. Sometimes when I show inside, you can still see them. I don't know if that helps at all or not. I think these ones you can see just fine through here. Probably better, actually. Cindy says, cardamom, now you're talking. You might be behind a little bit, Cindy, in the video. That's one thing. If you're watching on Facebook, they will keep you pretty much up to date. You can't go backwards. But if you're on YouTube, you can watch starting at the beginning at any point. So during these live sales, you may want to check to make sure you are at the live point in the sale if you're looking to grab stuff, because some of these things sell out quickly. And if you're not right up to the moment that we're live, you may miss out. So always check if you're concerned about that. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube to make sure that you're watching at the very moment that we're talking instead of watching behind. So these are SB95, only $5 a tube. We are sold out on those as well. Sally says, oh, pretty SB95, come home to mama. I know, right? Those are sold out. Thank you so much. And yes, Sally, you did get one of those. All right. Next up, I'm losing my voice. Let me do this one since I already set it down. SB 96 Pearl Lined Light Transparent Pink AB. $4.25 a tube. These are super light pink. They have that AB finish on the top, and they are the pearl lined. So you get more of the pearl than the pink in them, but they do have a little, especially when they're together and kind of set together, you get some of that pink showing through.
Those would be really good with vintage glass pearls because it has a little bit of that green flash on those.
Yep, that AB finish on there.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's the AB though. It's like a synthetic pearl. So I don't know what that would
they would do.
They're wrestling.
Kids are wrestling. We had the windows open in the house, and this is the first day that we've had like many of the windows open. Like the other day, we just opened like 2 of them for the cats. I opened most of the windows around the house for them today, and they have been running from window to window, full speed around the house today. And now that we closed them, they're wrestling.
Gertie's she's wore out.
SB 96, there's one of these now available, $4.25. We have sold one of them already. If you're interested in that, send us an email. All right, Andrew set here another giveaway for me to show y'all. Oh, this is not the giveaway. That's a Gertie. We're going to keep her. This giveaway, these are Ugandan paper beads. So you get a little stash here of Ugandan paper beads in this mostly blue color. It's kind of lapis blue. Speaking, I haven't seen Sandra. Has Sandra been on? I always think of her when I think of Lapis, and I have not seen her in a little bit. I feel like maybe seed beads aren't her thing.
I saw her the other night.
Okay. I always like to, when we don't see someone for a while, you gotta check on people.
I get worried.
I know, especially with all the crazy weather going around and the flus that are going around and colds and viruses. Danette says, I was hoping Gertie was the giveaway. Everybody wants you, Gertie. So this is what, prize number 3? Prize 3 tonight. And what's the question, Andrew?
What book do the little 2 of our cats' names come from?
What series?
It was a book club book.
Book club book. Boy, I don't even remember the name, but I love the book. We need to work on listening to that series.
There's just so many of them.
I know. So what book was our book club book that we named our cats Gertie and Idabelle after? Anne says Louisiana Longshot.
Correct.
That is correct. I remembered it when you said it. So Anne gets that prize.
Which Anne?
Anne Schroeder. Hi, Gilbert. Oops. Did I drop the beads? There's that one.
He just jumped over Gertie.
Boy, I can't hang on to these beads.
Feeling frisky.
Yeah, that fresh air making them all feel frisky today.
That's good.
Sally says, my book, great names. 96, 97, on to 97. We have 113 today, everybody. We're going up to 113. I think that's like 20 some lots. No, it feels like we've been doing a lot. I think it's 100 some lots. 20 some lots. This is Black Picasso. I don't know why I put all that in. That's information I already knew. 11-0 Mayuki Delica beads, Black Picasso. Mostly Black Picasso is what you need to know on that. Picasso is the finish. It's just like a check glass finish Picasso.
But Japanese.
But Japanese Picasso. And these are black beads with the Picasso finish. It's hard to see the Picasso finish.
It's a little bit like a greenish blue on the Black Picasso.
Yeah. It's hard to see because of the reflection in the tubes, and they're so small. But when you put them together and use them in a pattern, you can really see it.
It reminds me of like lichen.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. So this is SB 97, only $5.10 a tube. Sally says there's a new book in the series that came out in January. Fun as always.
We're nowhere near.
We're on book 2, I think. We finished book 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. We finished book 2. Uh-oh, Danette says, time to get ready for bed. I'll finish watching tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Danette. Thanks for hanging out with us. Good to see you here. So this is Black Picasso. $5.10 a tube. 2 tubes available. SB 97. I like the Picasso finish. It's one of my favorite finishes.
Me too, and it goes to the check glass beads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
So you can do bead weaving around the Picasso finish check glass beads.
That'd be good.
Before you couldn't really do it because they weren't even enough.
Yeah, no, these are super even, super good quality. All right, SB 98, transparent gray. Simple, transparent gray, $4. It's like, it looks like a blue gray to me, but it's gray. At $4.25 a tube. 2 tubes available at that price only. That's 20% off our retail price for y'all. Special discount for this show only.
Good for shadowing.
Shadowing. Look at that. That's beautiful. I like grays a lot.
Or if you're working on like fur of like a black. So for example,
Babette.
like around here.
Use the gray color.
And use the darker ones, and then maybe use some of that darker, like brownish color.
Where the light kisses them. Use the gray.
That way it's not just like a big black circle.
Yeah.
With eyes.
So there you go. SB98. 2 tubes available of the transparent gray, $4.25 a tube. Good pricing on a very classic, basic color. SB99. Opaque Ghost Gray Luster. Ooh, these are nice. These are nice. Look at that. Opaque Ghost Gray Luster.
He says he's not doing grays tonight.
Well, I did. They weren't all in the gray order, is what I meant. You said they're getting into the grays. I was like, we had a few purples in there, but there we go. We're back into gray. The other ones last night were like very color ordered because they came just down from our wall like that. These ones got a little bit mixed up. Look at how beautiful these are. Only $4.25 a tube. SB 99. SB 99. And please, everybody, I did not say this, and I should have because I see a few people starting to do it. Do not reply to your own emails. Please send a fresh email every time. If you reply to your own emails, it groups your emails together, and I don't see any of your emails until the very end when I'm going through everything, and then I see them all together, and you miss out. So I don't want you to miss out. Send a new, fresh email every single time you claim with us. All right? SB99.
You can actually go faster if you have it in the address book.
SB99. I will always do my best if I see somebody has done that, but a lot of times I go through the whole email list and don't see yours until the very top because mine are sorted by the most recent email. And so it's going to sort your entire list of emails by that very last one you send. And I have already given away all the ones to the people who've claimed before.
It collates.
Yes, it groups them, collates them all together. Cindy asks, are you at SB95? No, we are at SB99. SB99. Allie, I saw you did that. I will do my best to go through in timestamp order for yours, but it makes it very difficult. But I will do my best.
It's good to see you back.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I know, we haven't seen you in a while. Just so sorry. I just don't want you all to miss out because of the way our inbox does things. When you reply to your own, it's setting it up as a message to yourself, to that previous email, and so you don't see anything. I don't see anything until the end. She says, I know, miss you too. SB 100, transparent light taupe. Transparent light taupe. Isn't that a pretty color? $4.50 a tube only. 2 tubes available at that price. Transparent light taupe. That's just a really pretty color. Sorry, these were rubber banded together, and sometimes the rubber bands get stuck on there.
Is it that time?
It is. Transparent light taupe. SB 100. And you're setting me up for another giveaway here.
I love these, by the way.
SB 100, $4.50 only. Those are pretty. So pretty. Smoky kind of color. Oh, with a little bit of brown instead of the gray. Okay, I need a piece of paper here. Prize. Thank you. This is what, prize 4 tonight? Are we up to 4 already?
Maybe.
I think we are. Hi, Gilbert.
He's like, why'd you close all the windows?
I know. It was starting to smell like bad stuff in here, bud.
He's like, I'm curious, because,
We can't give Barnaby asthma with the coal that somebody's burning. That's why.
he
I
can't be a
know.
blacksmith cat.
No, he cannot be a blacksmith
That would be
cat.
cute.
Barnaby the blacksmith.
That'd be cute. He's too skinny. He's all long and lanky. He don't got enough meat.
Cindy says, okay, I'm out of here then. Were you out of here? What? You're out? These are beautiful
Vintage plastic.
This is prize giveaway number 4. So you get this little set of these. We've got a few more bags to go. We're going to be going to SB 101 through 113 we have left. So if you want to hang out with us. This is just taking a break for prize number 4. And what's the question for this, Andrew?
What was the name of our teacher at the Baltimore Jewelry Center?
There you go. Baltimore Jewelry Center. Who was our teacher for the casting class we took?
She's actually one of the founders of the Baltimore Jewelry Center.
So she's not just the teacher.
And she's on the board of SNAG right now. And I just found out she's teaching at Haystack this summer.
Michelle says Sally. No. Marianne says Ann Wood. Close, but not quite. Close, but not quite. Checking on Instagram. Nobody's saying. I put it in my post today if you need to go check. Anybody? 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 Anybody wants vintage plastic? Make you work a little harder for that one, huh?
She's a very talented artist.
Yes. Yes, yes.
And if you don't follow her, you should.
Should follow her. We're not moving on till somebody gets it, y'all. So go look at my post today.
Someone was very, very close.
William Tries Things. Check that out on Facebook. It's on my post. April Wood.
Correct.
Ann Schroeder. Thank you, Ann. You won that one.
The cats are thunderdoming.
Yeah, they are.
Gilbert, he's going to try to bully Idabelle, and she looked at him like he lost his mind. She's like, I'm the alpha.
Like, what are you doing? Sally guessed Kelly Russell. We hung out with Kelly Russell, but she was not our teacher. But she is another very talented artist.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun. So fun. I said we hung out with her 3 times every night. Okay, this is matte metallic dark bronze. There's only one of these, SB 101. Look at that, Barnaby. Look at this, matte metallic dark bronze, size 11.
If you didn't see the other night, we posted some of her earrings.
Yes, Kelly Russell's earrings. If you missed those, beautiful layers of, we don't even know what kind of magic went into those. So
sequins and resin and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, she makes beautiful things using lots of layers oftentimes. And you can check those out if you'd like to claim any of those. I'm going to get them in the online store at some point soon.
The ones that are left.
The ones that are left. We sold, I think, over half of them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one of these available, SB 101 at $7.80. And actually, it just sold. Thank you so much. Barnaby. You're now in my box. But let me sit here. Oh, that just took all the organization I had and messed it all up. Barnaby.
He's like, you're not paying attention.
I know, he's not paying attention. He's getting not paid attention too. And says those Kelly Russell earrings were totally amazing. Worth a look to go back at the video. Thank you. I think so too. SB 102 matte metallic silver gray. Only one of these available. Only $5 for the tube.
Even if you don't use them as earrings, you can take them off the ear wire. Save the ear wire because they're good sterling
They
silver.
are sterling. She only uses sterling.
And she said she only uses sterling because she likes them to be nice and thin and light. And the sterling is what, for the metal, if you use a plated base metal, sometimes it thickens up the ear wires.
Mm-hmm. Trisha has joined us. Haven't seen your name, I don't think, before. Thank you for joining us. Said, excited for your Johnstown store. I grew up in that area and go over to visit my family often. I will definitely stop in when you are up and running. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're hoping for maybe the middle or end of April.
Yeah, we're figuring middle, end of April. I know we keep extending it a little bit, but we want to make sure we get it right and do it the way we want.
And then there's stuff that's out of our control.
Yeah. So we'll be up and running and we'll be teaching. We'll have classes up there. I want to do some other crafting classes like paper making maybe and polymer clay, as well as the beading classes. Andrew's going to do some seed beading classes. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be open most likely Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. This is SB 102, and that has sold out as well. Thank you so much.
It makes me a little bit nervous that we're not having a physical store
right now. Yes.
Because it feels like we're not working.
I know.
Even though we are working.
Probably working more right now to compensate.
Stuff and doing stuff.
Yeah. But it makes you feel like we're not doing things, and we're like, are we going to survive this? Because the store, while it didn't bring in a ton of money, it brought in money. It wasn't completely just covering itself. Kara says the classes sound fun. Wish I lived closer. We'll be doing some online stuff too.
She's in Hawaii, isn't she?
I think so. Kara Kimura. SB 103 root beer gold luster. Only one of these as well. Look at that color. Root beer gold luster.
That's fancy.
That's some fancy root beer right there.
I've never had root beer that looked like that.
I know.
I would say that's more like if you're going to go to the fairy bowl and you're going to go and cast a spell on somebody.
There you go.
And then you wear that wood magic.
The wood magic?
I'm into it.
There you go. So SB 103, only one tube available at $5 only. $5 only.
God, beautiful, beautiful color play.
Trisha says, so fun. We hope so. We want to have lots of fun up there in Johnstown. We're hoping to have lots of fun with all our new Johnstown friends and old Johnstown friends. We have a lot of people from Johnstown that come in already.
I used to teach classes in Johnstown.
Yeah, we did traveling classes up there. Andrew used to teach up there.
Remember when we used to do that?
I know. We used to have a teacher that did just traveling classes for us up there too. SB 104, galvanized dark steel blue. Oh, so nice.
Mom did a traveling class.
Did she? Oh, Kumihimo, right? Yeah. This is $8 a tube. $8 a tube. One tube available.
Oh, I heard that you can be my assistant in October.
For what?
That place that I got asked to teach.
Oh. Trisha says, I do a lot of work for Jessie Jane Beads, dress it up buttons, Potomac beads, and soft flex. I teach classes and make videos for these guys.
What's her name?
Trisha Giazon. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that.
I know her.
Andrew says, I know you.
Well, I know of you.
Of you. And you're going to be in Johnstown.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Yeah.
Oh, Barnaby. See?
That'd be great. His asthma's gone.
I know. I knew it was going to happen. Hi, buddy. That's why you're trying to get attention, huh?
Sometimes I think he does that for attention, though.
I don't know.
I think he does sometimes, because sometimes you can hear it and it sounds real, and then sometimes he'll not get attention, and then he like acts, he like plays it up.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think he just gets himself worked up. He wants to go out. He gets himself very worked up about going outside. And that is sold, everybody. SB104. Thank you so much.
He gets fixated.
Marion says 104 is awesome. I know. That's a good color, right? Crystal. SB105. Simple crystal. You need some crystal? It's a good price. $4.25 for the tube. Just one tube available. SB105. $4.25. Beautiful crystal color. Not much more to say. It's crystal. It's clear. It's a nice seed bead. Need it? It's nice basic to have in your stash. $4.25 a tube only. SB105.
I put a bunch of those tubes in some of the mixes.
The crystal tubes.
Yes, the Delicas.
The Delicas. Andrew uses Delicas in some of our luxury bead blends.
Did y'all know that?
You get the good stuff in the luxury bead blends, y'all. That's why they're so nice. SB106, Opaque Current AB. Super pretty. Opaque Current color, AB finish.
Fairy magic.
Fairy magic. Andrew's like, I should give these all new names.
I mean, a current, like I get that.
Current berry, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? That's got a little bit more razzle dazzle than any current I've eaten. Maybe it
didn't make you. Those currents didn't make you feel like this, right?
I know that's like the special currents. It'll make you high. You're gonna have the psychedelic.
The psychedelic currents.
That's more like Dr. Strange up in here.
SB106, only $5 for this tube. That's a good price for that.
You're gonna be battling Scarlet Witch up in the multiverse of madness for that color.
One tube available, everybody. SB106, and that is sold out. Thank you so much. SB105 is still available. Crystal's still available.
But like, nobody wants you, little plain thing.
Barnaby.
Nobody wants you, little snowflake.
Snowflake.
Yeah, here.
Oh, these are nice. So this is SB107, one tube available at this price, $4.25. Cranberry lined emerald luster.
Let's see it. Ooh.
You got that cranberry lining on the emerald colored glass. You see that green in there.
I want to make a dragon with that.
There you go. With the luster, one tube available, $4.25. You can make a dragon, make a mermaid, make something with that.
What's the red dragon in Game of Thrones?
I'm blanking now.
Reggie?
And remember, everybody, you're claiming by sending us an email. It's going across the bottom of your screen here. If you'd like to claim these, send us the lot number, SB107, in an email to us at info@allegorygallery.com. Just put SB107 in the subject line and send it to us that way. We do not accept claims in any of the comments because we stream in way too many places to see whose comment comes up first.
That'd be a nightmare.
That would be a nightmare.
These are available on replay, and people will watch at different times.
And Facebook especially does not put the comments in the timestamp order.
No, it does it by most popular.
Yeah. Sometimes it lets you put them in timestamp order. Sometimes that option is not available. I've noticed. I know. Sometimes newest is available. Sometimes it's not even an option anymore. Marian says ruby and zoazite, right?
Yeah, that'd be good. Make that dark ruby.
Allie says, whoa, that's cool. So SB107 is sold. Thank you so much.
Y'all like these special effects?
Special effects.
You like that little bit of razzle dazzle?
Razzle dazzle color.
Except for that clear.
Okay. So now we got some more of these. We're going back to the 7.2 gram tubes. And I don't have to put the names on them because the names are on the tubes again.
Is it time?
Let me do this one. I just set it down already. And then we'll do another giveaway. Andrew wants to do a giveaway before the end here. We're at 108. We're going to 113 tonight. This is, here you go, Duracoat Opaque Charcoal Gray. So there you go. These tubes, the other tubes were about 7.6 grams. These are 7.2 grams. So a little bit of a pricing difference, but we are giving you 20% off our retail prices tonight on these. SB108, $5.95 only. $5.95. 2 tubes available at that price. This is the Duracoat Opaque Charcoal Gray. So it's that charcoal gray in opaque with the Duracoat, which gives it a little bit of that pearlescent luster. We have 2 tubes available at that price, SB108. All right, what's the next giveaway, Andrew?
This would go well with that.
Ooh. This is our next prize. We're at prize number 5, I think, tonight now. Prize 5. And Andrew's going to ask a question, and you win by being the first person to answer the question. Whatever pops up first, this is in the comments. You will send us the comment for this. Since we're doing it live, we will see who is first.
And it has to be right.
It has to be right, obviously.
What is the name of the event that my piece in England in Hereford that opens on the 15th called?
What is the event called? Andrew has a piece in a show in Hereford in the UK. What is the name of that event? Oh. Marion says Ferris. Michelle says Ferris.
There's a little bit extra to it.
Let me check Instagram. Nobody's saying anything over there. Cindy says OMG, right? Amy says, ooh, abalone.
There's another little word on that.
Anybody?
Alliteration.
Gotta get the whole event name. Look at that color in this. Check over there, Instagram. Nobody's saying anything over there. Anybody? Nobody's answered correctly quite yet.
You're
Ferris, UK. Ferris Metal, says
No.
Michelle.
No.
No.
The first part's right.
Yeah.
Alliteration.
Think alliteration, everybody. They're trying hard for it, not getting it yet. Ferris Festival, says Sally.
Correct.
There it is. Sally got it. Ferris Festival. Good job.
And of course, I sent something it's non-Ferris.
Non-Ferris.
You know, I was the only person, so I don't feel bad.
Oh, you weren't?
No.
Okay.
When Lola sent a piece, and it's like here. I was like,
You're like, not the only one.
good.
It's good not to be the only one, right?
Just breaking the rule.
Right. Okay, this is SB 109 coming up. 665. This is the Delica's Frost Opaque Glaze Plum. Frost Opaque Glaze Plum.
I would eat that.
Right? Looks like a good candy right there. And that is $6.65 a tube only. That's after the 20% discount we give you off the retail for this show only. 2 tubes available at that special price only. SB109. Allie says yummy.
That's a beautiful color.
Right. And remember, if you are new with us and you are claiming, please, at the end of this broadcast, send us an email with your shipping address.
What do you think about with this?
We definitely need your shipping address in order to send you an invoice.
And also send you your stuff.
And send you your stuff. It will ask you on the invoice to pay or to put in your shipping address again, possibly. But we need that for sales tax reasons.
Make it easy on yourself.
So there you go.
Wouldn't that be pretty?
Very pretty together, something like that. Those little, that kind of garnety red color. Andrew's like, give me those back.
What about these? Oh, don't even want these.
Don't even want them.
No, don't.
Look at those. He says, I got these from me.
These have long been in the stash.
Check those out. But that kind of colorway together, SB109, $665. One of those have sold so far.
I guess if times get tough, maybe I'll share.
Maybe. SB109, one of those is sold. We have 1 tube available at $665. Still?
You know, it would be easy just to fall in love with all of the colors.
I do. I used to not like a lot of colors, and now there's very few colors that I don't like.
But like, imagine having all the colors, all the seed beads. It'd be like the one ring to rule them all.
Next up, SB110, $4.70. $4.70. This is Duracoat Cobalt Opaque.
Ooh.
Look at that. Opaque cobalt with the Duracoat, that little bit of pearlescent luster on there.
Did you see that meme of that little girl? And they're like, "What do you want? What do you want?" And she's like, "Oh, blah, blah. You want some blah, blah?" And that means water.
Water.
And it's like, now I have to always call water.
That's what he does when he wants me to get him a glass of water in the evenings. I'm like, what? And then I have to remember that that's a meme.
Correct. We're a pop culture.
Pop culture, right? So these are the Duracoat dyed cobalt opaque beads, SB110, $4.70 a tube only. What?
I watched them on Instagram from TikTok.
Michelle says you can really fall in love with all the Delicas.
I could do all the beads.
Look at that. I opened them so you can see them, and then I spilled some. That's why I'm not opening them. But look at those. I wanted to show you those. Now they are stuck to my fingers via static.
That's good.
Which is better than them not being stuck like these ones. Which, trying not to pick up Barnaby hair. Barnaby likes to lay on this.
Because it's soft.
It's soft. He likes to lay on there. So SB110.
Wouldn't those be pretty with that?
Oh, what do we got here? Look at that. Sodalite.
Carved sodalite.
Carved, hand-carved sodalite with those. That'd be really nice. We're down to one of these left. SB 110, $4.70 a tube only. $4.70 a tube. Okay, we got 3 more bags to go, everybody. SB 111, I'm ready to eat. That's what I'm ready for.
Correct. That's what I'm all set.
Thank goodness no rides to Johnstown tonight afterwards. We did that last night. SB 111, $4.50. Look at that beautiful color, green. Let's see what it is. Dyed opaque forest green.
That's the color of the walls. That's the color of your shirt, William.
It is the color of my shirt.
And it's going to be the color of the walls at the show that I curated.
Oh, nice.
Did you know that?
I didn't. This is the first time hearing of that.
No Place Like Home, y'all.
No Place Like Home show.
Opens in May in Memphis.
In Memphis at the Metals Museum.
Go to it so that they ask me to come back.
Right.
Leave very
if you're new,
review.
tell them if you're new what you're doing.
you're new and you don't know who the heck I am, my name is Andrew Thornton. I am the co-owner and creative director of Allegory Gallery, soon to be in Johnstown.
Mm-hmm.
Always available online at www.allegorygallery.com.
www.
That
Andrew always leaves off one W.
World Wide Web. Anyway, so last year I was in a group show called We Are Here, and while I was talking to the exhibitions director, we both had said, you know, it would be a shame if this was a one-time thing. So through that conversation, we started talking, and an opening came up in their schedule, and they asked me to curate a show, and the show is called No Place Like Home, and it will open on May 2nd, May 1st through June 2nd.
So he is curating a show at the Metals Museum in Memphis,
Tennessee. So go to it and talk about how wonderful it is.
Go to their social media. Tell them how you can't wait to see the show.
Share about it. Once that plug starts coming out, the more, the better, so that people think I'm real popular and they ask me to come back.
Right.
I'm going to do a curatorial discussion.
We do more than just beads here, y'all.
There
we
are
love
some
the beads
in there.
But we love the beads too.
But yeah,
Michelle says, hubby felt bad we couldn't buy right now. I told him I own just about everything you were already showing, and he laughed.
That's good.
That's good. We appreciate the support.
Yeah.
SB 112. By the way, we sold one of the 111. There's one left. SB 112, $8.35. This is a little pricey little one. This is the metallic matte light aqua. We have only one tube available left, $8.35.
Isn't it weird how some colors are more expensive?
I know.
You know, I realize that some of the colors are dependent on what they pay for their raw materials. So
that makes sense.
Some of these we got during the pandemic, or the height of the pandemic, I should say. And yeah. Also, support comes in so many different forms. And I hope people know that we don't just want money all the time.
No.
You know, that's nice because we got
That's how we make a living.
But support comes in so many ways. And like, I will never forget how much help you all were when my dad was dying.
Mm-hmm.
And that really meant so much to me.
When I was going through my heart issues, we had people checking in on us from all over the world.
So.
And supporting our fundraiser and supporting all that.
We think about y'all more than just where money comes from.
Yep.
Like when we don't see somebody come on for a while, we get worried for them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, Thursday morning we have lunch.
Thursday morning. Okay, because I'm filming with Jen probably Thursday night.
Yeah, 11:30.
And 112 has sold. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And the last one for tonight, SB 113, $4.85 a tube only, 2 tubes available. And these are the silver lined crystal.
Those are so pretty.
These are really pretty, really a little flashy silver lined crystal. So that's SB 113. $4.85 a tube, 2 tubes available. I'll give you a nice up close on that. If you need this basic silver line crystal, it's a good one to have in the arsenal. Look at those. Really pretty. And there you go. So that's SB 113, $4.85. All right. Do we have one last giveaway?
We could.
Do we want to do one last giveaway? Everybody want to hang out for one last giveaway?
Mm,
What you got down there, Andrew? He's always got something around. It's
I
whether
have
he
a
wants
lot
to.
of
It's whether he
stuff
wants to
in
give it away or not.
Correct. You know, I'm still missing a strand that I claim my own very own self. It disappeared.
Where'd it go?
Who knows?
Who knows? I flipped the camera around. What am I doing? Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We're at our home right now, which is why you're seeing my curtain. We're working on, as part of the move, we're working on moving furniture around and making hopefully a better backdrop for us here. But sorry, we're not flashy like some people with lots of different things. Our Star Cottage presentations that have a better backdrop. But we're very simple here at the house, and we've been doing these here at the house because we brought a lot of our beads here to the house as we moved out of the Ligonier location. And it's just easier in some ways to do it here.
Yeah, because we can cook dinner.
We can cook dinner.
And go to the bathroom if you need to.
Right. Michelle says, I like the coziness. Thank you. Yeah, I think, I don't know. These are like the old, 70s curtains, 80s curtains, 70s curtains, which is kind of like my grandmother had these in her house when we were growing up. They built their house in 1980, the year I was born. And so she had curtains like this. And for me, it's like a nostalgic thing. There's certain things in this house that have things that were my grandparents' house. Like the entryway in our house here has tile work that's exactly the same as the foyer that my grandmother had in her house. So it's just things.
Barb's husband put that in.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
It's things like that when we saw this house, it was just like this is the right place. All right. Can you see these, everybody? Here, you can see them.
They're glass.
These are glass.
They're Czech.
Czech glass, vintage,
what?
Right?
Correct.
He's like, correct, probably antique.
I'm not sharing the rest of it. I have a couple more, but I'm not sharing.
I did this. I made him pull something without him planning to, and this is what you get. Stuff that he normally would keep for himself.
I would keep all the prizes.
He says, I would keep them all. They're all mine.
But this guy's silvery gray.
Silvery gray with the black. Which would match a lot of the seed beads tonight.
That's why I picked it.
He was like, that's why I did it. So that's prize number 5. Let me write that down. And what's the question?
We're going to do a throwback to the beginning of the conversation.
Throwback?
What are the 2 special ingredients in a red velvet?
We talked about red velvet today. What are 2 special ingredients to make red velvet cake? Oh, Marianne says prize 6, actually. Is it? Prize 6? I'll take your word for it, Marianne. Either way, I put the names on them at least. What are the 2 special ingredients we talked about in red velvet cake today? Teresa says vinegar and beet juice. Correct.
Somebody said buttermilk, but you can make your own buttermilk by putting vinegar in the milk.
That's Marianne just added buttermilk, vinegar, and beet juice. Yeah. We talked about vinegar and beet juice mostly, so I'll give it to Teresa. Okay, everybody. So
did y'all have fun?
Hopefully you had fun.
Y'all like that?
Did y'all like that?
We got some square beads.
I actually have some more beads up here that I didn't get numbered, but
they must have rolled in the background.
They rolled underneath other stuff. So maybe we'll add those into tomorrow's live.
The tag on.
Just a tag along.
Hey, are you going to your class tomorrow?
I am. So Andrew's going to be doing the live with y'all tomorrow night.
Get ready, y'all.
You never know what's going to happen when Andrew does the live.
Sometimes I get bored and then
he starts free associating.
Correct.
And then
I'm like, let's do a class.
Then he puts himself down sometimes.
Let's all have that generational trauma and beat together.
Great. So let's not do that tomorrow, maybe. But you might get a demo, you might get a class, you might get stuff for sale. Who knows what he's going to do? So you probably won't even know ahead of time because he doesn't make the banners.
Yeah.
So it's all a surprise. It's all a surprise.
I feel like we should make some critters.
We'll make some critters tomorrow, maybe with seed beads.
What are you doing? Volunteering me stuff.
Cindy says he needs you there, William.
Yeah, correct. See, she named it.
She named it.
She's like, it's terrible.
Oh, see, he's putting himself down. I told
It's
you
like
that's what he does.
hot garbage.
Oh no.
Served
Oh,
up
here it
on
goes.
roadkill.
Here it goes. Generational trauma coming up next.
I know. It's the numbers drop.
Right. Sally says this was fun. Good. I'm glad you had fun. We try and make it fun. We know that just showing things one after another can be boring. So we try to add some humor and some jokes and some fun inside of all of that. It is better when we're together, I think. I just show you stuff. Andrew can descend into generational trauma, but I think it's good. Hopefully you all like that.
Comedic relief.
Comedic relief.
Hopefully. People are like, I hate that one when that brown one talks.
Oh boy, I hope you don't all say it like that. But yeah, so wondering if I won anything. I will go through these tomorrow, most likely tomorrow morning, and send out invoices for anything that you won while you claimed them here in the emails. Please remember, if you did claim something and you're new, we need your shipping address in an email as well. Cindy says, OMG, Andrew. So
I have a way with words.
Marion says, no, we love you, Andrew.
Thanks.
So
Lots of love that.
That's it for tonight. We're gonna go eat because I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. That
Right?
food's gonna be calcified on the stove.
Oh no, let's not have buttered tofu, calcified butter
Oh,
tofu.
no, we have to scrape that pan.
Let's not.
All
right, everybody.
See ya.
Andrew's out the door. Bye, everybody. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow.